to feel energy move if we don't feel it during VELO. There are some evidences that we will find in ourselves to identify that energy is moving. And because we are physical beings, how do we know we are ill? Because we feel pain, or because something's not working in our bodies. If we don't feel anything bad, we may be ill and not know it. So our instinct, our human instinct, is to observe a lot how we are feeling. I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling anxious. I feel like eating even though I'm not hungry, but it's always on and I feel like behind. And because of this, when we do VELO, our brain keeps looking for what is it that I feel? What's my reference? What is the sensation that is there? So that is our human brain used with the physical world and physical life shouting to us that it wants a reference, more clear reference, which of course is valid. All of us want, and all of us will get there. But sometimes in the beginning, we still do not know how to recognize that because we are working with something that is not physical. Therefore, our brain needs to learn to sense that. Can the brain do it? Of course. Of course, I'm going to give examples to all of you of how it is possible, and we are ready to. Did you ever had a situation in which you have something that you will do, or you get close to someone and you clearly feel inside of you, almost like, we call it an intuition, but it's not an intuition. It's like a reading of the energy. It's like getting the idea that that person is going to be a problem, is going to betray you, or that you can trust in that person, or that something is wrong with that situation. Or a different example. Did you ever had a condition in which you go into someone's house and you cannot sleep the whole night because you have terrible nightmares that are coming from the energy of the house? Nightmares that you only had in that specific house when you visit that person, but you don't have normally in your life. So how come something brings to me that nightmare in that house, but never ever I had that? Because that something is not you. If it were something that you carried in your energy or something that were in your subconscious mind, it would have happened in other moments. We don't normally consider what's happening here that is not my norm is related to energy. We are not trained to observe that. But if you can recognize any of these little situations in which you could know that something was there, but not just because of the physical situation or not just because of you, it means you felt energy at that time. You did. But your brain almost like did a reading, almost like an interpretation of that situation without you trying to feel the energies. So you don't meet somebody say, how do I feel the energy of this person? Let me see. Can I trust this person or not? No, it's natural, right? So we just go, we get close. Something in the person's energy field tells us, I can trust. So in that case, when we talk about doing VELO, we are talking about something that is of the same realm, because we are talking about sensing energy, sensing our own energy and how it changes, how it's affected. And in that case, we have to recognize subtle things. But if we look for the sensation, looking for a physical sensation, then it's like it's not there. So my advice, number one, we can recognize that we are doing VELO, but not so easily based on the feeling of the energy moving, because that feeling tends to happen more often when our energies are more loose, and it varies so much from person to person how we sense it. I'm not saying we don't feel. What I'm saying is it varies. So we may have an expectation. If you, any of you guys, when you do VELO, if you concentrate means don't be distracted thinking of other things or thinking, oh, let it happen. May the best happen. Of course, may the best happen. Of course, we have this inside of us, but it's an action. It's an action we are taking with our energy body. But how do I take this action with the energy body if I'm not sensing it? You just think that that's what you want. Your focus will go to your energy body. And then, so you applied your attention, right? I said concentration, attention. You apply your decision. You are focusing on what you want to do. And by doing that, automatically you apply your will. If you have tension, decision, intention, and will, I guarantee you, you are moving your energy. You are not sensing, but you are doing it. So these are some of the elements that we can base on. Maybe you have not yet had this experience, but I have had myself, and I have seen with so many other people. Sometimes it appears that we are not feeling much energy until there is one day that our energies are fully blocked. So we try to move and it's like a rock. It doesn't go anywhere. In this day, in this moment, we simply start thinking, wow, so this is different than before, right? Before, I was not feeling it move clearly, but it was not as bad as now, which means then before, there was something that I could recognize. We have to trust these things because otherwise we don't go ahead. So what you said is how to feel energy move. If we don't feel it during VELO, you just focus and do until the sensation comes. I promise you, it will come. Maybe not in the way you would like it. Maybe you want waves passing by and there's an electricity and you know exactly where the energy is and exactly what effect it's having in each of your chakras. Maybe it won't be in this level ever, or it will be only in a few sessions. Most sessions, we tend to feel less ostensive, less tangible, but we feel it. And it's not imagination. It's not wishful thinking. It's really there, but we need to learn how we sense it.